Imagine waking up this Sunday, looking around your, perfectly fine living room, and suddenly feeling this almost aggressive urge to just rip up the carpet.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Like sell the couch, completely rewrite your entire life. If that sounds exhausting, buckle up.
It's a lot.
It is. Gemini, you are stepping into a week of massive emotional whiplash. So welcome back to Horoscope TV.
Glad to be here.
We are looking right at you, Gemini, and we are going to map out exactly what is coming your way for the week of April 6th to April 12th, 2026.
You're definitely going to want to stick around for this entire hour.
Absolutely, because this week is just packed with big, huge feelings right out of the gate.
Right.
I mean, we are looking at some sudden surprises when it comes to your money, a massive wake-up call in your love life, and we even need to talk about how you can dodge a very silly, pointless argument.
Yeah, you really want to dodge that one.
Definitely. So we are going to analyze your astrological charts together to help you make the smartest choices every single day.
Because the sky is incredibly busy this week, Gemini.
Yeah.
When we look at the astrological charts, we're seeing a major theme. The core story for you right now is this, like, intense friction.
Friction between what, exactly?
Well, friction between your mind's desire to just expand a million miles a minute and the physical world's demand that you slow down and build a solid structure.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, there are a lot of moving parts, but that's exactly why we're going to break it all down.
Right.
We'll look at how the planets are shifting, what those shifts mean for your daily routine, and, how you can handle those sudden speed bumps.
Let's jump right into this general vibe then, because looking at the timeline, it feels like a bit of a roller coaster.
It really is.
The whole story starts right before the official work week begins. So on Sunday, April 5, the charts show the sun making a strong angle to Jupiter.
Right, exactly.
And from what I'm seeing, this brings big feelings and a whole lot of extra energy.
Oh, tons of energy.
It's like this massive push to change things around you right as the week begins. But I really want to understand how that actually works.
Yeah.
Like, what does a strong angle between the sun and Jupiter actually do to a person?
Okay, so to understand that, we have to look at what these two planets represent in the charts.
Right.
The sun is, well, it's your core self. It's your battery, your identity, just your basic daily energy.
Okay, your battery. Got it.
And Jupiter, on the other hand, is the planet of growth, expansion, and making things bigger.
So it scales things up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can think of Jupiter as a giant magnifying glass. Or whatever it points at, it just blows up.
Oh, okay.
Now, an angle, specifically what we call a square in the charts, is a position of friction. It is not a smooth blend of energy.
It's not a good thing.
Well, it's just rough. It's like two cars arriving at a four-way stop at the exact same time, and both of them decide to hit the gas. They clash.
Wait, so your core identity and the planet that makes everything bigger are clashing?
Yeah.
That sounds incredibly loud for a Gemini.
Oh, it's extremely loud. For an air sign like Gemini, I mean, your mind is already moving so fast.
Right, always buzzing.
Always thinking, always processing. When the sun and Jupiter clash like this, all your feelings and ideas become supersized, but they have nowhere to go.
Oh, man.
There's no easy outlet. This means you might wake up on Sunday, April 5, and just feel a deep, buzzing restlessness in your bones.
Just totally antsy.
Exactly. You might look around your living room and suddenly decide, the energy is all wrong.
Time to move the sofa.
Right. You might look at your weekly schedule and feel this overwhelming need to completely throw it in the trash and start a brand new routine.
Wow.
You have all this extra magnified energy, and it demands an immediate change.
Okay, so you start the week feeling like you need to change everything in your life right this second.
Yes.
But then, as we look further down the charts, the mood shifts completely on April 8th. The moon enters Capricorn.
It does?
And suddenly, from what the charts say, it is not about changing everything anymore. It is about focusing on daily tasks and very serious goals.
Correct.
I mean, that feels like hitting a brick wall.
It does feel like a wall, but it's a very necessary one.
How so?
Well, the moon moves very quickly through the sky, and it acts as the dial for our daily moods.
Okay.
Capricorn is an earth sign. It is very serious, very hardworking, and just highly focused on rules and reality.
Right, very grounded.
Think of Capricorn energy as a strict, no-nonsense teacher clapping their hands and telling the classroom, just sit down and be quiet.
Oh, okay. So after all that wild, expanding energy from Jupiter making you want to, tear up the carpet, the Capricorn moon steps in and brings gravity back.
Exactly. Gravity is the perfect word for it. It brings you right back down to earth.
So the daydreaming stops.
Yeah, you stop dreaming about moving to a new city or completely changing your career path, and you start looking at the actual physical to-do list sitting on your desk.
The stuff you've been avoiding.
Precisely. You'll find yourself wanting to get organized, pay the utility bills, answer those really hard emails you have been ignoring, and just get very serious about what needs to be done today.
Right.
The expansion stops and the contraction begins.
I am picturing this progression, and honestly, it perfectly reminds me of cleaning your house.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, like on April 5 with that Sun and Jupiter friction, you wake up with a ton of energy and you just want to rearrange all the heavy furniture. You want a totally different layout.
Right, big vision.
But then on April 8th, that Sirius Capricorn moon hits and the fantasy of a new living room fades. Instead, you get down to the serious scrubbing.
Yes.
You get the bucket out, you get the mop, and you are literally on your hands and knees washing the baseboards.
That's a brilliant way to visualize it. You go from the grand, sweeping vision of a brand new house to the gritty reality of just scrubbing the dirt off the floor.
But wait, right after you get into that serious scrubbing mindset, on April 9, Mars shifts into Aries.
And it does.
And the charts say this gives Gemini fresh power to face hard problems. But, I mean, if we are already scrubbing the baseboards, what does Mars in Aries add to the mix?
So Mars is the planet of action, drive, and raw energy.
Okay.
It's the fuel in the engine. Aries is a fiery, brave, and fast-moving sign.
Right, Aries is very fiery.
In fact, Aries is ruled by Mars, so when Mars moves into this sign, it is incredibly comfortable and incredibly powerful.
Oh, so it's right at home.
Exactly. It is like a fresh, high-voltage battery being plugged straight into your chart.
Nice.
You know those hard, boring problems you were staring at on April 8 when you got all serious?
The baseboards you were scrubbing?
Yeah, the baseboards. On April 9, you actually have the physical and mental power to tackle them without getting exhausted.
Wow.
You will not feel scared or tired by the difficult tasks. You will feel this fresh, hot power pushing you to just face them head on and destroy them.
Okay, so Mars is basically the muscle that lets you do the Capricorn work.
Exactly.
But then we hit April 10th. The charts show a last quarter moon. And this is the moment that helps you let go of old bad habits. And later that same day, the moon enters Aquarius, which totally flips the script again, bringing joy and a strong desire to spend time with friends.
The lunar cycle is really fascinating here.
Yeah, tell me about it.
So the last quarter moon is always a clearing out phase.
Yeah.
If the full moon is a climax, the last quarter is, well, it's the cleanup crew.
Got it.
It is a time to look at what is not working, what is taking up useless space, and just release it.
Just let it go.
Right. For Gemini, this means taking a hard look at whatever bad habits, negative thoughts, or dead-end routines have been weighing you down. You just drop them.
Okay.
And once you do that emotional clearing, the moon slides over into Aquarius.
Which is an air sign.
Yes, Aquarius is an air sign, just like you, Gemini. It rules friendship, community, group networks, and forward-thinking joy.
That sounds great.
It is. So after you drop the heavy baggage, you feel incredibly light, you feel happy, you just want to go out and celebrate with the people you care about.
So to finish my house cleaning analogy,
Let's hear it.
by April 10th, the last quarter moon has you taking all those heavy trash bags you filled up during your serious cleaning, and you are tossing them straight into the outside dumpster.
Perfect.
And then finally, later on April 10th, your house is perfectly clean. That Aquarius moon kicks in, you look around your spotless living room, and you invite all your friends over for a fun party to celebrate.
Yes, the progression from grand vision to hard work to throwing away the trash and finally to celebration.
It's a whole journey.
It really shows how the planetary movements actually help us move through a complete healthy cycle.
But here's where I'm having a little trouble wrapping my head around the timeline.
Okay.
I have to challenge this. How do you go from that very serious, heavy Capricorn energy on the 8th, where you are super stressed and scrubbing the baseboards, straight into that fun social Aquarius energy on the 10th without feeling completely dizzy? I mean, going from serious isolation to a loud party feels like massive emotional whiplash.
It is a very fast switch, I'll give you that. And if you do not handle it right, you absolutely will feel dizzy.
Right.
But the trick for you, Gemini, is to use the bridge that the charts give you.
And what's the bridge?
That bridge is Mars moving into Aries on the 9th.
Oh, the power up.
Exactly. Mars in Aries gives you that bold, fresh power to actually finish the serious tasks.
I see.
If you just stopped working halfway through the 8th and tried to party on the 10th, you'd feel terrible. The guilt would totally ruin the fun.
Oh, for sure. The baseboards are still dirty.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you do not drop the heavy work on the 10th. You actually finish it because of the fiery energy you got on the 9th.
Ah, I see. Because you finished the job, the transition to fun feels earned.
Precisely. It does not feel dizzying if you actually completed what you set out to do.
Right, right.
The relief of throwing away the trash during the last quarter moon is what naturally turns into the pure joy of the Aquarius moon. You feel light because your hands are finally empty.
That makes total sense. You did the hard thing, and now the reward makes sense to your brain. You have to earn the party.
Exactly.
And speaking of that serious work on the 8th, I want to bridge this into how this general friction directly impacts the daily job and the bank account.
Oh, this is a big one.
Because looking at the astrological charts, this is a massive week for work and money. The friction between big ideas and physical reality shows up heavily right here.
It really does.
Yeah.
The financial and career charts for Gemini are incredibly complex right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have those massive ideas clashing with the absolute need for security and some very sudden surprises thrown into the mix just to test your balance.
Let's start with the work side of things. Going back to April 5, that same Sun squaring Jupiter aspect we talked about brings huge, sweeping ideas for your career.
Huge ideas.
But the charts give a very clear, very loud warning. Do not promise more than you can actually do.
Please don't.
Why is a Gemini so likely to overpromise here?
Well, because of how a Gemini mind works, combined with that Jupiter magnifying glass.
Right, the multiplier.
Jupiter wants to make everything bigger, and it makes you feel overly optimistic. When the Sun squares Jupiter, you feel like you are capable of anything.
Like you're invincible.
Exactly.
Wow.
So, you are sitting in a meeting on Monday, your boss asks who can take on a massive new project, and your hand will shoot right up.
Before you even think about it.
Right. You might have 10 brilliant ideas for how to totally restructure your department.
And you share all of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
The problem is that Gemini minds move so fast, you can clearly see the glorious finish line in your head, but you completely forget about the hundreds of small, boring, tedious steps it actually takes to get to that finish line.
Oh, no.
And you only have 24 hours in a day. If you say yes to every big idea on the 5th, the charts show you will be entirely overwhelmed by Wednesday.
Wow, okay. Which brings us to Wednesday the 8th.
Right.
As we established, the moon in Capricorn is the best time for your main work goals because it forces you to look at reality. But the charts show another massive event on April 8th. Mars links to Uranus, bringing sudden, exciting chances to show off your skills.
That's a fun one.
And then on the 10th, the last quarter moon means throwing away old projects that do not work. So how does this link between Mars and Uranus actually function in a work setting?
That link is really fascinating. Uranus is the planet of sudden lightning bolt changes.
Like a shock.
Exactly. It rules the unexpected. Mars, as we know, is action. When they form a supportive connection, you get sudden, positive bursts of activity.
Okay, so what does that look like at work?
In your daily job, you might get tapped on the shoulder entirely out of nowhere. A coworker might drop the ball, and someone asks you to step in and lead a presentation with zero notice.
Oh, that's terrifying, but good.
It's great. Or the software crashes, and you are the only one who can figure out a workaround. It is a sudden, high-pressure chance to show exactly how skilled and clever you are.
And because you handle that sudden crisis so well, it leads perfectly into the 10th. When you see what you are truly capable of under pressure, it becomes very easy during that last quarter moon to look at the dusty, boring old projects on your desk and say, you know what? This is a waste of my talent.
Yes, throwing those dead projects away clears your mind and paves the way for actual success.
You realize your own worth, which makes it easy to cut the dead weight.
Exactly.
Now let's look at the money side, because this is where things get a bit scary, but also really interesting.
It's a tricky week for finances.
On April 5, that exact same Sun and Jupiter clash makes you want to spend money on fun things. But the charts say you absolutely must save your cash instead.
You have to.
Luckily, Venus in Taurus is slowly building wealth and keeping your bank account safe. What is the dynamic here? Like, why do we want to spend so badly?
Money and emotions are deeply tied together, especially for an air sign trying to process friction.
Right.
On the 5th, you have all those big feelings, you want to change your life, and in our modern world, the absolute easiest, fastest way to feel like you are changing your life is to buy something new.
Oh, retail therapy.
Exactly. You want the fun experience, the big dinner out, the brand new gadget, the expensive clothes. It gives you a quick hit of change.
Right, right.
But the astrological charts are flashing a bright red warning light here. You have to save your money.
Why? What's going on?
Because Venus is currently in Taurus. Venus is the planet of value and money. Taurus is an earth sign that loves physical security more than anything else in the zodiac.
Okay, so Taurus wants safety.
Yes, Venus in Taurus acts like a slow, heavy, steady anchor protecting your bank account. It is quietly whispering to you that real, lasting comfort comes from knowing you have a cushion of money in the bank.
Not from the new gadget.
Right, not from spending it on a quick thrill that you'll completely forget about in a week.
You know, the way these planets are moving, I compare it to driving a shiny, brand new sports car.
I love sports car analogies.
Those big, expanding work ideas on the 5th, that is you hitting the gas pedal, feeling the wind in your hair, just zooming down the highway.
Okay.
But you have to wear your seatbelt. Venus in Taurus is your seatbelt. It restricts you, which feels annoying when you just want to go fast, but you need it.
You really need it.
Because right there on the 8th, the charts show you hit a sudden bump in the road. That Mars connection to Uranus brings a sudden surprise with your money.
Yes, it does.
And it specifically points to an unexpected bill. Uranus is the pothole on the highway.
I love that image.
Yeah.
Uranus is absolutely the pothole.
Right.
Uranus brings the unexpected.
Right.
While it might bring a sudden chance to show off at work and save the day, in your financial sector, it often shows up as an expense you completely did not see coming.
Like what?
You are driving along, and suddenly the car engine starts making a horrible rattling noise.
Yeah.
Or you go to the dentist for a routine cleaning and leave with an $800 bill.
Ouch.
Yeah. If you ignored the seatbelt,
Yeah.
if you spent all your money on fun things on the 5th because Jupiter told you to, this surprise bill on the 8th is going to cause a massive amount of panic.
You fly right through the windshield.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if you let Venus and Taurus do the heavy lifting, if you kept your money safe in the bank, the bill is just a small annoyance. You pay it, and you keep driving.
Wow. The difference between panic and just a minor annoyance all comes down to what you did 3 days earlier.
It really does.
And then right after that unexpected bill hits on the 8th, the charts show Mars moving into Aries on the 9th. This brings a strong drive to find new ways to earn more cash for your long-term savings goals.
Yes, because that unexpected bill on the 8th acts as a wake-up call.
Yeah, it shakes you up.
It reminds you exactly why savings are so important. So on the 9th, when Mars brings that fiery, active Aries energy we talked about, you channel it right into your finances.
Okay, so you don't just sulk.
No, you do not just sit around feeling bad about the bill. You take action. You start looking for side jobs. You look for ways to increase your sales commissions. Or you finally sit down and map out a strict, real budget.
Right.
You have a massive drive to build a wall of cash so that you are never caught off guard by a pothole again.
Let me pause you right there, though, because I want to make sure I am wrapping my head around this correctly.
Sure.
If Mars in Aries makes us want to hustle super fast for cash on the 9th, isn't there a huge risk that we might rush at our actual daily job and make a terrible mistake?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, we are trying to fix the financial pothole really fast. Does that Aries hustle lead to sloppy work?
That is a very sharp observation, and the answer is yes. There's a major danger there.
I knew it.
Mars in Aries wants results right now. It is incredibly impatient. When you combine that impatience with the anxiety of wanting to make up for an unexpected bill, the friction is dangerous.
So he start messing up.
Yeah. You might be tempted to cut corners on a major project just to get it off your desk faster. You might send a critical email to a big client without proofreading it just to say it is done.
Just trying to move too fast.
Right. The astrological charts tell us that the drive to earn cash is a good thing, but you have to actively, consciously remind yourself not to rush the details.
So how do you balance it?
The smart play here for a Gemini is to let Taurus do the heavy lifting for your savings while you funnel your Aries energy into brainstorming new side hustles or future projects.
Okay.
Do not rush the old details. Keep your daily work steady.
That is fantastic advice. Use the fire to brainstorm, but keep the daily tasks grounded.
Exactly.
Now, I want to bridge this into another area of life because that same harsh reality check Uranus brings to your book account is also going to test the foundations of your romantic life.
Ah, yes. Love and romance.
The charts call this week a journey from stable hearts to brave passions for Gemini.
The romantic forecast for Gemini this week is just a beautiful evolution. It really highlights how you need to build a strong, secure foundation before you can take a giant leap of faith.
Right, and setting up that foundation happens early. On April 5, Venus connects to the North Node.
Yes.
The charts say this brings stable energy, making you want to build strong bonds. And if you're single, you might meet a nice, safe person.
Very safe person.
But I need you to explain this to me. What exactly is the North Node, physically or symbolically, and how does it restrict a Gemini's normally chaotic dating life?
Okay, so the North Node is not a planet.
It's not.
No, it is a mathematical point in the sky that represents our destiny, our future path, and the lessons we are moving toward in this lifetime.
Oh,
It acts like a kind of gravity pulling us forward. Venus, as we know, is the planet of love, affection, and what we value in relationships.
right.
When Venus connects to the North Node, our relationships take on a profound feeling of purpose.
So it's not just a casual fling.
Exactly. For Gemini, a sign that usually loves variety, chatting, flirting, and keeping things very light and breezy, this connection is a major shift.
You want something real.
You do.
Yeah.
You're not looking for a quick, chaotic fling this week. You want stable energy. You want someone who feels like they actually fit into the long-term picture.
Okay, that makes sense.
If you are single, meeting a safe person means meeting someone reliable. It is someone who says they will call at 5 o'clock, and they actually call at exactly 5 o'clock.
How refreshing.
Right. It is a very grounding, quiet energy.
And it sounds like you really need that safe, quiet start because on April 9, when Mars moves into Aries, your passion wakes up in a big way.
Oh, big time.
The charts say you will feel incredibly brave in love and might tell someone exactly how you feel.
Yes. Remember how Mars in Aries brings that fresh, hot power to your work problems?
Yeah, the battery.
It brings that exact same fire to your romantic life. Once you feel secure and grounded from the energy on the 5th, the raw bravery of Aries takes over on the 9th.
So what happens?
If you're in a long-term relationship, this is the day you bring the spark back. You suggest something bold, you share a deep desire, you break the routine.
Oh, nice. And if you're single?
If you are single and you met someone nice and reliable early in the week, the 9th is the day you stop playing games. You will look at them and just clearly, boldly state, I really like you and I want to see where this goes.
Just lay it all out there.
Exactly. It is
Yeah.
loud, proud, and very passionate.
You know, I think love for Gemini this week is exactly like building a brick fireplace.
Okay, let's hear it.
Early in the week, on the 5th, you are on your knees, carefully laying down the bricks. You are using the mortar, making sure the structure is strong, stable, and completely safe. You take your time.
Right.
Then, on the 9th, you strike the match and light a roaring hot fire inside it. You can only enjoy that huge, brave fire because you did the work to build the safe brick fireplace first.
That is a perfect way to visualize it. A fire without a fireplace is dangerous. It just burns the house down.
Totally.
But a fire inside a strong, well-built brick structure provides warmth, light, and a beautiful place for people to gather. The astrological charts are helping you build this structure before bringing the heat.
But I do have a question about this timeline, playing devil's advocate here.
Okay.
If a single Gemini meets someone who is safe and quiet and stable early in the week on the 5th,
Yeah.
will that sudden burst of brave, loud passion on the 9th scare the new person away? I mean, they met someone who seemed very calm and steady, and 4 days later, this Gemini is bringing a roaring fire. Does the fire scare them?
It is a valid concern, but if we look closer at the psychology of the charts, it actually works in your favor.
Really?
The stable energy you show on the 5th isn't about pretending to be boring. It is about proving you are genuine and reliable.
Right.
When you show your brave, passionate side on the 9th, you are not acting erratic. You're just being honest about your deep feelings.
So they don't think you're crazy.
No, because you already proved to them that you are a reliable, safe person on the 5th. Your sudden passion on the 9th is seen as exciting, not scary. They already trust you.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So when you bravely say how you feel, they feel flattered and thrilled, not overwhelmed. The trust you built anchors the passion.
The trust anchors the passion. I love that. And it all pays off because on April 13th, Venus makes a lucky link to Jupiter.
Yes.
The charts show this brings joy, good luck for dates, and very special plans for the future.
Venus and Jupiter together are often considered one of the luckiest, happiest combinations in the sky.
Wow.
Venus wants love, and Jupiter expands it and brings good fortune. By the 13th, that bravery you showed on the 9th blossoms into pure joy.
So everything goes right.
You are making plans for the future, you are having amazing dates, and you feel a deep, warm sense of optimism about your love life. The friction is gone, replaced by reward.
Now, feeling all this passion, dealing with work surprises, managing big ideas, all of this mental fire takes a massive toll on the physical body.
Oh, it really does.
Geminis are air signs. They live so deeply in their heads that they often forget they even have bodies until something hurts.
Very true.
So let's look at the health and wellness charts for Gemini. The theme here is moving, stretching, and resting.
This is a vital section. For a sign that lives entirely in their mind, physical health is often an afterthought.
Right.
But this week, the charts are very clear about tuning into your physical limits because the mind and the body are moving at two different speeds.
Starting on April 5, the moon is in Sagittarius. The charts say this brings a strong need to get outside and move your body. Why Sagittarius?
Well, Sagittarius is a fire sign that loves freedom, wide open spaces, and physical movement. It is the explorer of the zodiac.
Okay.
When the moon is in this sign, your
Yeah.
body literally craves action. You will not want to sit inside staring at a computer screen. You will feel this restless, nervous energy pulling at your legs.
Like you just have to go for a run.
Exactly. It is a great day for a long walk, a hike in the woods, or just being out in the fresh air. Your mind is buzzing with big ideas because of that Sun and Jupiter friction, and physically moving your body helps you process all those big thoughts.
Right.
You need to expand your physical space to match your mental space.
But then we hit April 9, and here is a massive warning. Mars enters Aries, bringing that fiery warrior energy we talked about. But for your health, the charts warn. Do not rush or push too hard physically, or you might hurt yourself. It says to do quiet stretching instead. Why is the danger so high today?
This is crucial. Mars in Aries makes you feel physically invincible. It is an aggressive warrior energy.
So you feel like Superman.
You do.
Yeah.
So you might go to the gym on the 9th and decide to lift weights you have never lifted before or try to run twice as fast on the treadmill as you usually do.
And then snap.
Exactly.
Mm.
Because your mind is moving so much faster than your actual muscles, the risk of a sprain, a pulled muscle, or just a clumsy, painful accident is very high.
Oh, man.
Your mind wants to lift 100 pounds, but your muscle can only lift 50. Your physical limits are real, even if your mind is telling you they aren't.
Right.
The astrological advice to do quiet stretching is about channeling that intense Aries energy into control and balance rather than brute force.
You know, this health week is exactly like running a long race.
Okay, yeah.
On the 5th, you have the energy to start the run. On the 9th, you have the drive to sprint as hard as you can to the finish line, but you have to do your slow, cool-down stretches at the end of the race.
You have to.
If you do not do the quiet stretching, your muscles are going to completely lock up on you, and you will be in pain for days.
That is exactly it. The cool down is just as important as the sprint. Your body desperately needs the transition period.
But I know how Geminis think. I have to ask.
Shoot.
With Mars bringing so much aggressive, fiery energy on the 9th, how exactly can an excited, restless Gemini force themselves to just do quiet stretching when all their brain wants to do is sprint and lift heavy things?
It's tough.
I mean, telling a Gemini to sit still and stretch is like telling a bird not to fly.
It takes discipline, but the best way for a Gemini to handle this is to outsmart their own brain.
Outsmart their brain.
Yes, you have to make the stretching mentally interesting. Geminis get bored incredibly easily. If quiet stretching feels boring, they simply will not do it.
That's so true.
So you have to engage the mind to distract the body. While you are sitting on the floor doing those slow, careful stretches, listen to a complex, fascinating audiobook.
Oh, I see.
Or put on a dense documentary that makes you think deeply. Give your fast-moving mind something heavy to chew on so that your physical body is allowed to stay still and stretch safely.
You basically distract the brain to protect the body.
Exactly.
That is a brilliant strategy. Feed the brain so the body can rest. I love that. And right after that, on April 10th, the last quarter moon reminds you to rest and heal.
Right.
And then by April 13th, Mars meets Neptune. And the charts say you will feel uniquely tired, so you need deep rest to keep your mind clear and happy. What does Neptune do to Mars?
So Neptune is the planet of dreams, illusions, mist, and the subconscious. It is like a deep ocean fog.
Oh, okay, fog.
When hot, active Mars runs into misty Neptune, your physical energy just dissolves.
Yeah.
It is like trying to run through waist-deep water.
You just hit a wall of exhaustion.
You will feel a very heavy, unique kind of exhaustion. But it's not a bad thing. It is a biological signal.
Like your body saying, stop.
Yes. Deep rest, getting to bed early, and letting yourself actually sleep is the absolute only way to clear the fog.
What if you fight it?
If you fight it, if you try to drink 3 cups of coffee and stay up late, you will just end up with a cloudy, unhappy, miserable mind. Give in to the fog and sleep.
Let the fog put out the fire for a night. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, now we get to one of my favorite parts of the charts, We are going to analyze the best and worst matches for Gemini this week.
This is always a fun section.
Who you should hug and who you should absolutely avoid. Relationship dynamics shift every single week based on where the planets are, and this week, the contrast is very stark.
It is extremely stark. The friction we've been talking about all week plays out very clearly in how you interact with other people.
Let's start with the good news. Your best match this week is Cancer.
Yes.
Now, usually water signs like Cancer and air signs like Gemini can be a bit tricky, but the charts explain why it works right now. When Mars is in Aries on April 9, it brings you both a shared excitement and a strong desire to start fun projects together. You will even understand each other's feelings without speaking out loud. Why does water and air suddenly mix so well here?
It is a beautiful synergy caused by the transit of Mars. Cancer is deeply focused on emotions, comfort, and the home. Gemini is focused on ideas, logic, and talking.
Right, very different.
But this week, when Mars hits Aries, it sparks a fire in both of your charts that aligns perfectly. You both suddenly want to actually do something physical.
Like a project.
Whether it is cooking a massive meal together, planning a weekend trip, or starting a garden in the backyard, you are on the exact same wavelength.
That's lovely.
And because Cancer is so naturally intuitive, they can pick up on Gemini's big, stressful feelings this week without Gemini having to exhaustively explain them all. It is a very comforting, silent understanding.
And it gets even better, because the lucky Venus and Jupiter connection on April 13 brings joy to your interactions with Cancer. It brings out the best parts of your personality and makes you feel entirely relaxed.
Being around a Cancer this week acts like a soothing balm for your nervous system.
Just cooling you down.
Remember all that stress from the unexpected Uranus pothole and the rushing at work? When you sit down on the couch with a Cancer friend or partner, that stress just melts into the cushions.
Need a Cancer friend this week.
They bring out your funny, lighthearted side. You feel completely relaxed and happy just sharing quiet space with them.
Now for the warning. The worst match this week is Leo.
Yeah, unfortunately.
The charts say the main reason is that exact same Sun and Jupiter square on April 5 that we talked about earlier.
The square ruins a lot of things.
It creates severe stress and misunderstanding, and your goals are moving in totally different directions right now.
Yeah.
I want to unpack this. Why do an air sign and a fire sign clash so badly under this square?
Leos are bright, fiery, and they absolutely love to take the lead. Usually, Gemini and Leo get along fabulously. They feed off each other's energy.
Right, usually a great duo.
But this week, that Sun and Jupiter clash messes everything up. Jupiter's blowing up everyone's ego and everyone's feelings. What we have here is competing main character energy.
Oh, boy.
Leo feels they know exactly what needs to be done to solve a problem. Gemini feels they know exactly what needs to be done, and the two visions do not match at all.
So it's just a standstill.
You are looking at the exact same situation and seeing two completely different realities. The communication completely breaks down, and both signs end up feeling frustrated, ignored, and disrespected.
And the charts show this friction comes to a head on April 10th. During that tense last quarter moon, the tough energy peaks, and you might have a very silly argument over something incredibly small.
So small.
The advice is to keep a polite distance and focus on your own personal growth.
The last quarter moon is a tense time for everyone because everyone is trying to clear out their own emotional trash. Because your underlying goals are so different from Leo's this week, the built-up frustration has to leak out somewhere. So on the 10th, you will not argue about the big important goals.
You'll argue about nonsense.
You will argue about someone leaving a coffee cup on the kitchen counter or using the wrong tone of voice in a text message.
Ugh, the worst.
It is a silly, pointless argument that is actually about the deeper stress of the Sun and Jupiter square. The astrological advice is very wise here. Do not engage in the petty fight.
Just walk away.
Be polite, say hello, but keep your physical and emotional distance. Focus on throwing away your own old projects and cleaning your own house.
You know, the way I see it, hanging out with a Cancer this week is like putting on your favorite, softest pair of comfy shoes.
Yeah.
They just fit perfectly, and they make walking easy. But dealing with a Leo right now is like having a tiny, sharp rock stuck inside your shoe.
That is so accurate.
Every step you take with them just rubs you the wrong way, causes friction, and brings pain.
A perfect comparison. The rock isn't evil, but it absolutely does not belong in your shoe today. You just need to take the shoe off and shake the rock out.
But here is my question. I look at this and I think, well, Leos are usually so much fun.
They are.
Is there really no way to fix the problem with Leo this week? I mean, Geminis love to communicate. Can we just sit down, talk it out, and fix it, or should we really just walk away and ignore them until next week? I hate giving up on a fun friend.
I completely understand the instinct to want to fix it, especially for a Gemini who believes that any problem can be solved with enough conversation.
Exactly. Talk it out.
But looking deeply at the mechanical reality of the astrological charts, the answer is no. You should not try to fix it this week.
Frankly, just no.
The square between the Sun and Jupiter means that any attempt to talk it out will just lead to more talking, more expanding of the problem, and more giant ego clashes.
It just makes it worse.
Jupiter will inflate your words into weapons. You'll just make the rock in your shoe sharper. Keeping a polite distance does not mean ending the friendship forever. It just means saying, I'm really busy today. Let's catch up next week. Protect your peace.
Right.
The planetary weather will change, the transits will move on, and your Leo friend will be fun again next week. But for right now, space is the absolute only cure.
Wow. Okay. Take the space. Let the weather change. That is very practical, grounding advice.
It'll save you a headache.
Now, as we wrap up our analysis of the week, let's look at the lucky extras the charts have provided. These are the little boosts, the little life hacks you can use to navigate all of this heavy energy.
These elements act like small, focused tools you can keep in your pocket to help align yourself with the positive flow of the week rather than fighting against it.
First, the color of the week is yellow. And the charts even give us the exact color code, hex code # FFFF00. That is a very bright, true, primary yellow. Why yellow?
Yellow is a highly mental, highly energetic color. It is the color of the sun, of clear thoughts, and of sharp optimism.
Okay, so it cuts through the gloom.
For an air sign like Gemini, seeing or wearing yellow physically helps clear the mental fog. When you are feeling weighed down by the strict Capricorn moon on the 8th, or fighting the tired Neptune energy on the 13th, the color yellow acts as a visual wake-up call for your brain.
Like a cup of coffee for your eyes.
Reminds your nervous system to stay curious, stay bright, and keep moving forward.
Wow, awesome. And the lucky numbers this week are 3, 7, 16, 23, 29, and 35. But what I find really fascinating, and I want to spend a minute on this, are the best dates.
Ah, yes.
The charts highlight exactly 2 days, April 5 and April 10th. Looking at those dates, it ties everything we have talked about together in such a cool way.
I agree. When you look at the entire timeline we just mapped out, those specific dates highlight the core lesson of the week perfectly.
Exactly. It is such a brilliant connection. The luckiest dates, the 5th and the 10th, are the exact same days when Gemini has to do the absolute hardest, most transformational work.
Yeah.
The 5th is when you have that huge, stressful push to change things and deal with the big ideas from Jupiter. And the 10th is when you have to do the painful work of throwing away old projects and dropping bad habits during the last quarter moon.
Right.
The charts are essentially saying your luckiest days aren't the days you sit on the couch doing nothing. Your luckiest days are the days you do the heavy lifting.
That is a profound way to analyze it. Luck in astrology is rarely just a winning lottery ticket magically falling from the sky while you sleep.
Right, it's not just handed to you.
Real luck is when your personal preparation meets the right planetary energy. On the 5th, your big ideas are fully supported by the friction of the stars. That friction is luck.
Wow.
On the 10th, your ability to cut ties with bad projects is fully supported by the clearing energy of the last quarter moon. That is also luck. The universe is giving you a massive tailwind on the exact days you need to do the hardest work.
I love that framing so much. It is like the universe is handing you a heavy-duty power tool instead of making you use a rusty handsaw.
That's exactly it.
Since yellow is the lucky color and the 10th is the lucky day to throw things away, my advice to you, Gemini, is to actually wear a bright yellow shirt on April 10th while you are cleaning off your desk and tossing out the junk.
That's a great idea.
Let the color boost your brain while you do the work. Or maybe after you throw away the old, dead projects, paint a wall in your office yellow. Use that bright color to physically celebrate the new, clean space you just made.
That is an excellent suggestion. Bringing the color of the week directly into the action of your lucky day amplifies the positive energy. It creates a physical, lasting marker of the emotional work you just completed.
This has been such an incredible, detailed map for the week ahead. We have gone from massive, room-rearranging energy to serious Capricorn focus, dodging sudden Uranus potholes with our money, finding brave Aries romance, and learning exactly why we need to trick our brains so our bodies can stretch and rest.
It's a massive week.
It really is. But before we go, I want to leave you, our Gemini listener, with one final thought to mull over as you walk through these transits.
The charts always leave us with a deeper question
Mm.
to carry forward into the next cycle.
Exactly. I want you to think about April 10th. We talked a lot about the last quarter moon, how you are going to use that day to throw away old habits, drop bad projects, and clear the heavy trash out of your life.
Right.
When you do that hard work, you are going to be left with a completely empty, clean, brand new space. You will have free time on your calendar and free, quiet space in your mind. My question for you to think about is this. What brand new, exciting thing are you going to fill that empty space with next week?
Nature abhors a vacuum. When you clear space, something new will always rush in to fill it. You have the power to decide what you want that to be.
Let that thought sit with you as you navigate the days ahead. Thank you so much for listening to this episode on Horoscope TV. We love walking through the stars and analyzing the charts with you. Be sure to hit that subscribe button right now so you can get notified the exact moment our next episode is available. Have a wonderful, brave, and bright yellow week, Gemini.